Hello everyone, in this episode of Day Job we find and buy so we can modify a car that the internet keeps telling us to buy with the best engine on earth, a Ford XR6 Turbo. Let's go. Welcome to Day Job, where we buy, fix and modify a car, usually something cheap and cheerful, to see just how much fun you can have in it. Now the premise of all of these jobs that we take on is that you and your mates could do the same thing in a weekend. Or, if you're really good, it's a day job. Famous last words, right? So whether it's a barn find of your first car so you can fix it up, or turning a street car into a race car, or just normal performance modifications and testing, or even just giving your work hack a new lease on life. The entire point of Day Job, brought to you by Sparesbox, is you get to see how much fun you can have spinning wrenches and then spinning tyres. So the first car that we've decided to buy, fix and modify is one the internet has been absolutely hammering me to buy for the last few years, because apparently it has the greatest engine known to man under the hood, the Barra. That's right. It's a Ford XR6 Turbo. We put the call out on social media that we wanted a cheap XR6 Turbo. Real cheap. One of our viewers reached out and offered us this 2005 BA Mark II XR6 Turbo sedan in citric acid. It has over 250,000 kilometres and is the condition that you would expect for an XR6 Turbo for under $3,500. But overall, it was straight, it ran, and it had a Barra in it. We had the guys from Tuner's Edge check over the car for us in Melbourne before we had it shipped up to our office. Grub.
I guess it was going to happen one day, wasn't it?
I caved. The internet said I must own the world's greatest engine inside the world's greatest car. I didn't say that, the internet did.
I reckon you believe it though.
No, but I have to try it. I have to try one of these out.
Okay, does it work?
Kinda. I dude, I paid $3,250 for it.
Okay.
And then got it shipped up from sight unseen from Melbourne.
Yep.
Had to get it decontaminated first.
Yeah.
COVID. But it kind of it drives, it runs, it starts, it seems fine, but something's stopping it from accelerating. Could be a block cat, could be fuel pump, could be something limp mode, I don't know. But something is stopping it. So we need to basically give it a once over and give it a birthday, get it running right before we can even think about going with any mods.
Okay, should we put it on the hoist?
On the hoist.
Sweet. It's not looking good. The alternator's not covered in power steering fluid, which is pretty common on these things. And the rocker cover doesn't look like it's leaking. So it might be a good... Oh look, it's got a brand new filter in it. Oh, that's not a brand new filter.
Oh, dude! Whoa! Got coolant?
No.
Oh. So what are we going to do? We don't actually know what's wrong with this. We've got to give it a birthday, right?
Yeah.
So straight away we probably need new radiator hoses because the other one's buggered. We need a new filter. We're going to do oil filter, fuel filter. Do we do fuel pump? Could be a fuel pump.
It actually looks really clean under here for an old Falcon. Like normally these are like an inch of dirt.
There's a whole bunch of oil on the back of the head back up there too. Have a look if you get right up in that corner up there. So maybe a rocker cover. See, have a look. See it?
Oh yeah. Oh, it could be that the cam position switch.
So we've got diff bushers, we've got new shocks, so we're all right there. Suspension-wise at the back, we can probably leave it for now, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not major to change.
The back's fine.
We need fuel filter, fuel pump, just in case, preventative measure.
Yeah.
Suspension actually seems... it's disgusting, bro. That is just terrible.
I mean, it's not a bad car.
Tyres are shot.
Yeah. Brakes?
Oh yeah, we definitely need rotors and pads. Rotors, pads. For $3,000 and 250,000 plus Ks on it, it's not too
I've seen a lot worse cars.
The fact that it doesn't need every suspension bush changed in
The
it.
thing that I like, it's not oily. Like there's next to no oil in
Nah.
this.
All right.
Okay.
Let's order some parts.
Yep. Get some parts ordered.
We jumped onto the Sparesbox website and ordered what we needed to get the XR6 running correctly again and give it a little birthday. The site makes it easy to find your model of car, then have a list of parts that are suitable, from basic servicing stuff to spare parts and performance parts. We ordered what we needed, then simply sat back and wait for them to arrive. So as part of trying to diagnose our XR6 Turbo's problems, we're changing the fuel pump. We're also going to change the fuel filter just to make sure the entire fuel system is clean. As expected with most brake lines and fuel lines with this type of fitting, they're all rounded and screwed because no one used pipe spanners on them, so we've got to use vice grips instead. The joys of cars. Well, you saw how disgusting the factory air filter was when we looked over the car initially, so it's time to replace it with a K&N high-flow panel filter. Try and give us back some more killer wasps for this thing. All right, so basically we're doing a quick lap around the block to check if the main problem with this car is fixed. Everything else is irrelevant until this is fixed. If this fixes it, then we just keep going. If this doesn't fix it, then let's take it to someone who knows Barra.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I can't be bothered changing everything.
No.
Go! Yeah, buddy, we're racing tonight. Fixed.
Whoa.
Whoa, okay. So we're racing tonight?
Yeah.
Sweet. So filter, pump assembly, and a bit of fresh fuel. We fixed the car for $300.
Yeah. Man, it runs good.
Something has worked this week, finally. So our first priority was just to make sure we could get the car running properly before we spent any time on anything else. And now that we know that it can chuck hoops and run properly, thanks Grub, we can now give it a service and a bit of a birthday. And if we're lucky, we might even go racing tonight. So first up, Nulon engine oil flush, as I don't know how old this oil is and how much gunk's in there. We'll get some fresh race oil in it, because it is a Barra, so it needs Nulon race oil. And then we'll give it a bit of a birthday before we get a baseline test down the drag strip. Let's do it.
I literally haven't done an oil change in, I reckon, 10
You get
years.
up me when I do stuff that's filthy dirty and you go, relax bro, I've got 20 years experience, I've got better ways to do this, and you spill oil all over the ground on the most basic task.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know how to do the basic jobs.
Did you just say you haven't done an oil change in 10 years?
Yeah.
Why don't you do oil changes? I do them every month on something.
I just top them up.
You just top them up?
Yeah.
So they run out.
Well, when it runs out, you put more in it.
So your cars leak that much that just by topping them up is flushing the oil constantly?
Sometimes.
Very thick, which is kind of expected. It is 85, 140 or whatever. So this Nulon Easy Squeeze packaging actually is legit probably one of my favourite inventions I've ever seen an oil company do in the last, well, I don't know, what Grub, forever?
Since they made plastic
Trying
bottles,
to put
probably.
oil into gearboxes and diffs and stuff can be a total pain in the butt, but this Easy Squeeze, you buy it in this flexible packaging, it has a tube, you just put it up in the diff and squeeze the crap out of it and it all goes in. In theory, it's a lot cleaner, easier and neater, and every time I've used it, it has been. So let's get some 80, 140 in this bad boy and get going. Thanks to Grub and all previous owners, the back tyres on this are a bit, how you going? Fronts are pretty good, even though they go flat slowly, but they'll be fine for tonight.
They've still got tread on them.
So we're going to swap the back for the front, and then I'll make sure that those tyres match those tyres by the end of the night. I can't believe I'm about to drag race an XR6 Turbo, a $3,000 one. In fact, this is the first time that I've drag raced, I guess, a cheap, fun car in a long time. So I don't know whether to be excited or scared or both. I'm going with both. All right, time slip, here we come. Thank you. Ta. All right, so the XR6's first pass was a 14.9 at 96 miles per hour. Pretty much probably what I expected off the seat of the pants of driving the thing was that it would barely crack a 14. Can it go quicker? It's a 2.4 60 foot. I mean, if I can get that down to a 2.3, then yeah, I guess, maybe, but we'll give it a go.
Is he doing skids? Man, it's midnight and Hawko's just decided he wants to come drop the car off, and I'm just so exhausted. I can't even compute what's happening right now. Whoop! I almost killed the dog. Hawko, what are you doing here?
I told you, after we finish racing it, we'll do something with it.
And clearly you're excited, so it must have gone well.
Does a good burnout.
Really?
It does a decent burnout, yeah. As just in case you didn't notice.
How'd it go on the track bar?
Rubbish. 14.9 at 96. Yeah, bro, it was, I mean, the track wasn't great. Maybe if it 60'd a little bit better, but it actually went slower after the 14.9, like it was 15s.
Okay.
So it's not very fast.
So what's the plan then?
I've never not had a plan for a car ever that I've ever built. Usually there's a full laid out plan, but this one, I'm not feeling it.
Okay.
It's too heavy, too big, handles like crap, it's slow, it doesn't brake very well, it's ugly, it's the world's worst color, and has the world's worst seating position made by the fact that now it's even worse because the seat is stuck higher than where it is and won't come down. It has a lot of things I don't like about it.
So
But it's got a good engine, but
happy with the engine?
happy with the engine, rest of car,
You hate it.
no good, hate it. And why would I modify a car that, I mean, if other people like it, that's fine. I'm not saying that other people are stupid for liking it. I'm just saying that I don't like it.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
if I don't
that.
like it, why am I going to do it up?
So what happens if I could fix all of this?
Well, you can't fix all of those problems.
Do you trust me?
No.
Then give me the keys.
See ya.
See ya. So last night, Andrew dropped this XR6 Turbo off, told us what he doesn't like. Let's do something about it.